even just a cop there would have made it escalate.
The 911 call that would eventually conclude in the death of Matthew Fosseneuve in 2018 was a call for help. We heard this as the inquest into the deaths of 5 men who passed following interactions with police continues in Winnipeg. On Wednesday, court heard a 911 call made by Matthew Fosseneuve from a Logan Avenue payphone where he tells the dispatcher he wants to get detox. In the call, you can hear Fosseneuve talking to the call taker, telling him information about how he is dehydrated and how he may not be able to attend detox in Winnipeg, but his voice is mumbled. And as the call taker prepares to transfer him to Winnipeg Fire and Paramedic, he gets angry and the call ends. It's this frustration of the call that Fosseneuve's foster mother, Kathy Friesen, feels was the start of her foster son's end, as she says the man who she raised as her own was not looking for trouble, but real help.
I think it really was, because he had called us earlier and he said he wasn't feeling good at all.
Friesen was more than an hour away when the call came in, so she told Fosseneuve, who was dealing with substance use and several mental health conditions, to call 911 for help. However, he'd never get it. After acting aggressive towards arriving paramedics, police would be called to assist, with Fosseneuve coming into contact with a cadet cruiser in the meantime, throwing a brick at the vehicle, then throwing another object, a piece of pipe with metal at the end, before approaching the vehicle and cadets violently. Then police would arrive on scene and engage a fighting and non-compliant Fosseneuve, deploying a taser that appeared to be ineffective. This as more officers arrive before they take him to the ground, where he is bound at both the wrists and ankles. Moments later, he'd become unresponsive and stop breathing, with police removing the restraints and helping paramedics on scene performing CPR. But Fosseneuve would later die in hospital. The official cause of death, a pre-existing heart condition compounded by meth toxicity and the physiological stress of the recent struggle and restraint by police. Saying it took police everything they have to hold him. In court, Constable Ryan Haney, who was acting as a patrol sergeant at the time of the interaction, says Fosseneuve was a danger to himself and others during the arrest, saying the only option they had to keep everyone safe was to restrain him. The constable testifying that even with more than one officer trying to control and soothe him, Fosseneuve was able to buck those on him, saying the man had completely lost control. His main priority was the man's safety, getting the man under control to protect him, telling court, quote, "Unless we were willing to risk being hurt and have other people hurt, there were no other options," end quote. And while paramedics won't treat a person if it's not safe, speaking outside of court, Friesen feels had a paramedic or other medical professional continue to engage with Fosseneuve instead of police, her foster son may still be alive.
He had a fear of going to jail. He's been in jail, and that's all he was thinking of at that point. And it wasn't helping his situation. He wanted somebody medically. Even a medical person that was dressed medically might have helped.
Police testimony continues Thursday. In Winnipeg, Modjeski, City News.